One morning, while I was actually preparing breakfast, there's something that happened that stopped me from preparing breakfast. And it was a message from Tiny. And Tiny is our guest on this call. Welcome, Tiny, to the call.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. How are
Yeah.
you?
So I want to thank you so much for graciously agreeing to be on this conversation. And the message that I got from Tiny on breakfast was a message like this. Hey, Kuda. I wanted to let you know that I finally got my visa with free sponsorship. I followed your advice. Thank you. I was like, okay, this is kind of an exciting message. I was really excited, when I saw this message, Tiny. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the response that I gave to Tiny was Makoroko to Makoroko simply means congratulations. What was my advice? Because a lot of people speak to me about different stages and the process of getting to the
Mm.
United Kingdom and things like that. And then she replied with this message to say, to keep checking for free ones. And there was a link that you once sent and how you hunt for these. I remember I subscribed to that page and I was like, okay, well done. I was filled with when I was actually speaking to her. So I was filled with joy, excitement, but really what struck me is the effort behind what she did. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I then asked her to say, can you please share your story with others so that they can learn from your experience? And then, guys, let's just thank Tiny for sacrificing your time. If you are watching this on YouTube, please just leave a comment to say, thank you so much. Take a moment to leave a comment. You're going to learn a lot, guys, especially on the process of getting the free sponsorship on what she did. Okay. So take a moment and say thank you. Thank you, Tiny. On behalf of them, actually, let me say thank you, Tiny. Okay.
I should be saying thank you to you.
Absolutely. So now this is one of the cool statements that I love, that it's not how badly you want it, but it's how much you're willing to work for it. So when I was actually speaking to Tiny, I was thinking to myself, what did she go through to get these kind of results? And I was knowing the process of getting to the United Kingdom. I was getting in her shoes and trying to imagine, like, wow, she must have been going through a lot. So I decided, you know what, I can actually speak to her. So what we have now is that, Tiny, I've been speaking to a lot of people. We have managed to get to United Kingdom with by finding free sponsorship and things like that. And what I've
Hmm.
done is actually I've created like some mini videos of the methods that people are using to get free sponsorship. So there's the strategy Kadisha, strategy Princess, strategy Anashi, and then these are links to websites where people can actually visit. And then this is share with others. If people want to share, just like what you're doing, I'm inviting people to share their story and things like that. And then I'm gonna add this very video to this collection. Okay, so at the end of this session, I'm going to tell you where you can access this. So I'm talking to the people that are listening to this. I'm going to tell you where you can access all these strategies that people are using, and then we're going to have strategy Tiny, which is going to be added here, which is this very video that you're going to learn. So now, Tiny, my first question for you is, how did you get to know about me? How did you get to know about Kuda online? I know probably you were searching online for a kind of a solution. What is it that you were looking for?
Well, I was searching online. I checked on Facebook. I checked WhatsApp groups. I joined lots and lots of WhatsApp groups. And you know how they just pass contacts and just say, contact this person, contact this person. Then I ran into your contact. And then I remember I gave you a brief introduction of what I was looking for,
Yep.
which was the structure of the CV.
Oh, the structure of the
Because I
CV.
remember, yes, I remember I was saying, I have my CV, everything is done. I don't know where I'm going wrong. Please help me check my CV. And I remember you actually did guide me and
Okay.
also told me to check a few courses that I can do online. So that's basically how I got to find Kuda.
Okay, so someone shared my contact with you. Is that correct?
Yes, in the WhatsApp group, yes.
Oh, in a WhatsApp group. Okay, that's really amazing. So now, You in your message you said you spoke about advice, and in one of our conversation you spoke about the videos. And you know what, when I'm talking to a lot of people, I can tell that this person went through my videos or this person has not. And having a conversation with you, it shows that you have gone through a lot of my videos. I've done over 60 videos of the process of getting to the United Kingdom. I'm in United Kingdom right now. And when I was actually doing the process of getting to United Kingdom as a nurse aide, I documented all the steps, just to give answers to people that were looking for answers. So now, having you gone through those videos, those materials, I could tell what are sort of two, maybe three key points that you say going through those videos help you understood this, or yeah, to learn this and this and this. Tell me what is that?
Okay, firstly, when you want something really badly,
Yeah,
you pay attention to detail.
yeah,
So the way you were also explaining and guiding in your videos that no, you need to do one, two, three, four, and then you will not go wrong. I remember you also sent me some of the requirements. So I now looked at what I have and what is on your videos. And then I went to my list to check what's there and what's not there. I made sure that whenever I would watch your videos, I would write something down. And then basically, it's also one of those things that, okay, this person actually generally is trying to help other people. So the advice is good. You cannot take it for granted. But the key points, I don't remember much, but this
yeah. But
information
you've
I think,
it seems as if you've
yeah.
explained a lot, like knowing the guidance, the list, and things like that. Yeah, I really love that. Yeah,
Yeah, so I did take a look at, I remember there's a list that you put with the courses.
yeah,
So there was a breakdown of the courses that if you want to do nurse aid, you need to do courses like CPR, maybe moving and handling. I
yeah.
remember that. And I looked at what I have and I said, okay, maybe it's not enough. Let me add on.
Let me add
And
on to
that's
this.
how,
Yeah.
yes, I did add on to the information, the little information that I had. And it was sort of like a plan for me that you drafted by yourself, which I followed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Because
here
you
I
know
am.
what, I'll give you a very good example, Tiny, that a lot of people when they're getting to United Kingdom, they're trying to chance. And little do
Hmm.
they know that on the other side of United Kingdom, I do attend a lot of events in UK and things like that, and a lot of recruiting events. The company owners are genuinely looking for someone who can work for them. So it's not about
Yes.
my name is Tiny,
What?
my name is Kuda, I'm African, please, I want to come and work for you. You know what?
Exactly.
There has to be a
Exactly.
reason why they have to look at your CV and say, wow, we are considering this person. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one thing that you manage to master. So now I wanted to talk about some of the methods that you've been talking to me. So you explained to me about going on Google and searching for information, and there was something that really struck
Yes.
me when you said you'd go on a map and kind of search for some certain ways, including the locations. Can you tell me about that experience?
Okay, so with Google, what I did, I went on the map of United Kingdom, right?
Yeah,
And then I would just look for a random name, for example, Manchester.
yeah,
There are small little towns like Oldham, so I would just type into my search bar, uh, care homes in Oldham, Manchester. They would come up,
yeah,
a list of them, and then I would click on the link, visit their website, see what they have. If it's something that goes along with what I have on my CV, and if I'm comfortable with it, I would then go directly to their website. I would fill in the application form that's there, but I do understand that most of the care homes they don't have that option for overseas candidates. So what I would then do is if there's an email address and a phone number, I'll basically give them a call, give them a ring early in the morning round. I would actually time that, okay, with the African time and UK time, I'll just tell myself, okay, it's almost 9 o'clock. Let me get ready to call these people. So first thing in the morning, I'll give them a ring, introduce myself and ask them if they are actually hiring overseas candidates so that I don't waste my time applying
Okay.
on their website.
Okay.
So what I basically did in a nutshell was I would Google random towns and look for the type of job that I'm looking for, and then get the contact them immediately. And that was basically my Google story.
Okay. That's an amazing strategy actually, because you know what? If you get to Zimbabwe, I would say Zimbabwe,
Yes.
like a very good example, if you search for jobs in Harare or jobs in Zimbabwe, you're going to get a global result of jobs in Zimbabwe, jobs in Harare. But when it comes to UK,
Hmm.
if you come to UK, there are those little small towns that you've actually mentioned. So a very good
Yes.
example, I went to this little town that there is only one road that you can use to get into that town, and almost everyone in that neighborhood, they know one another. And there are
Yes.
key companies there in those towns. So a very good example, if you search for care jobs or care homes in a very specific little town, then you increase your chances of getting a job because your search is not wide, but it's actually pinning point a certain area, which is really amazing. And if people can actually take note of that, and then we're going to talk about the phone calls that you've been making, and yeah, because we're going to touch base on that. Okay.
Okay,
And
can I quickly add on to
yeah,
the
definitely.
Google
Go on.
search?
Yeah, go ahead.
So another tip, if you know the postcode, you will get the exact places that you'll be looking for. So if you maybe look most postcodes, you know how it's SL9 and then another three
Mm-hmm.
digits. If
Mm-hmm.
you type that in,
Mm-hmm.
everything else will come up. That's how I also managed to find other care homes, because the ones you get on the small towns would be limited. But if you use the area code, you actually get more results on your search.
Absolutely. So people need to learn about what a postcode is. We're not going to talk about that, but
Yes,
people
yes,
can
yes.
actually find out. Now, tell me about giving calls to care homes. What sort of positive did you get? What sort of rejection did you get, and how did you feel about it? And what made you lead you to, pick up the phone and make phone calls? And yeah, and then comment again on the idea of when making a phone call, you were provided an email address of a specific person who recruits in that company.
Yes. So what made me pick up the phone and decide to call was the rejection was too much in my emails.
Okay.
And sometimes you would apply on their website, on their application form. You would fill in their application forms and they won't even get to you. They won't get back to you. So before the emails, I started with the application forms, and then I proceeded to sending emails almost every day. So the emails that I'll send, I'll get maybe one or two people who would respond. And then I decided one day, let me actually call these people or these companies, because sometimes it's better if you talk to someone who's in a company, because they receive dozens and dozens of
Of
emails,
emails, yeah.
and you're not the only one that's applying. So even if you decide to apply early in the morning, just know that 10,000 other people have applied, so maybe your email will be right at the bottom. So calling, I decided to call with a landline. I know it was very costly for me, but I just decided to pick up the phone and give them a ring, ask them. I would first introduce myself. I'll actually tell them that I'm calling from Africa, and then I would let them know that I saw there are some openings on your job portal. Are you hiring from overseas? So some were polite enough to tell me that no, currently we're not hiring at the moment, but you can try again in the next 3 weeks or 2 months. And some actually broke my heart by just quickly saying no and hanging up the phone. And some would actually ask me where I got the number from, but everything is on their website. And then most of the friendly people I actually spoke to, they were kind enough to give me HR's email address to directly send my CV there instead of it being with the rest of the emails that are going to the website. So it also now depends on who picks up the phone and your approach to them, because they are also now very frustrated. They understand that overseas applications, people want to come into the country and it's just overwhelming for them. But if you get them at the right time on a good day, you will not be disappointed. At least you will see that you went a step forward than just staying there. But I would say it was worth it
Okay.
to actually speak to someone over the phone than your email just getting no response at all. If they didn't have, they'll just let you know that currently we're not recruiting from overseas or currently we're not hiring. And that was basically it
Okay.
with the phone calls.
So sometimes you could get negative responses that could break your heart in
Yes,
speed. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you even ask yourself, okay, with this phone bill that's going up, you don't know where I'm coming from. You didn't even hear my story, and then you quickly hang up the phone. That actually shattered my heart because it's like they're not giving you a chance to even explain yourself because of maybe the pressure that they're facing at work, or they probably just do not want to associate with people over the phone, or it was just a busy day for them. So
Yeah.
it really did break my heart. It was sad.
Yeah. So when you get to UK, so our dynamics, dynamics that are in the first world countries and in Africa, they are totally different. I can call you Tiny at
Hmm.
any given time to say, I just wanted to say hi. But when it comes to United Kingdom, most of the conversations that happens here is they do by appointment. So a very good example, if I
Yes.
need to call someone tomorrow at 10 a.m., I can say, I want to call you at 10 a.m. tomorrow. But that was a great move actually because it showed a sign of determination. It showed a sign of determination of what you were working on and how serious you were to get the results that you wanted, in which a lot of people don't do that actually. I must say, let me clap hands
No,
for
they
you.
don't.
That was
I
really
deserve the trophy.
yeah, absolutely, definitely. So now let's talk about a moment that you said you working on your CV. I know your CV was basic, and then let's talk about
Yes.
the improvements that you made. Just a recap a little bit so that the changes that you had done, just to say like this is important, this is important, this is just quickly so that we can move on to the next question. I know you spoke about this, but I'd actually prepared a question in that regard.
Okay, basically with the CV, to be honest with you, it doesn't have to be colorful because you see so many CVs, everything is everywhere. It's
Hmm.
it's just too busy. So I went for the basic plain and simple CV. And the changes that I made, I only made it shorter because I remember sometimes my CV would go maybe 3 pages because you're trying to put in all the duties that you did, not to leave anything out. So I tried to make it short,
Hmm.
2 pages maximum. The last page only had references, which you only put reference upon request. So what I did with my applications, most of my experience was a volunteering experience. So with the job that I would be looking for, I would use my my experience from the voluntary
From
place. If
volunteer
it's,
work,
for
yeah.
example, yes. So if it's support work, I volunteered at an old age home. I would put that right after my current job that I'm working because I didn't work much, but with the experience that I have, what I put on my CV, what I can do. So another thing is when you're looking at a job description, you
Mhm.
have to tailor make your CV to what they're asking for. You can't have, for example, a CV says that they want a person who can bake. You can't now go and put that I ride bicycles or I sell bicycles. You have to match because this is why most CVs are getting rejected. and no responses because that's not what they're looking for.
Okay,
And then yes.
go ahead, it's fine. And then
And then the other thing that I did was match the descriptions. You know, you don't have to just put, for example, with care work, you can't just put toileting. You have to put I assisted or I was assisting our residents with one, two, and three. So it just has to be full sentences that one would be able to understand, because if you put one words they'll just look at it and put it to the next, because you're not really explaining what you're doing, because now it has to match with the description of what they're looking for.
okay, so now tell me something. If you talk about, matching the discipline that you're looking for, so now do you have to create more different CVs, or you just had one CV that you then had to look for different websites and see, okay, my CV is matching with what these guys have written, and then I'm going to apply. What is your strategy?
My strategy was that every CV had to be different,
Oh,
because you're applying to different companies. It's not the same company.
so
So you
many.
go so
So
you
many.
go on research what the company does, what they're looking for, and then you tailor make your CV to what they want, because they're basically telling you that we want someone who does this. So you have to put yourself in front.
Wow.
So you can't have the same CV for 10 different companies, because all those 10 different companies do not require the same qualities that they're
So,
looking for.
so how many CVs did you write?
A lot. I would
It's
say I have
unbelievable.
more than 10 CVs saved in my phone.
Wow.
But the easiest thing that you can do
Mhm.
is, for your current workplace, try to go for, when you're searching for the companies, try to go for the same information
Criteria.
that you have on your CV, yes,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that you don't waste your time
Trying to
editing all
edit
the
and
time.
have 1,000
Yes.
CVs. Yeah, I understand.
Exactly. So if you're applying for support work, you know that, okay, my CV for support work is ready. I just need to change two or three things, not the
Okay.
whole CV.
Yeah. So earlier on, you once spoke to me about helping others, so there's a statement that says, when you know something, teach it to others, and then you're going to improve. I want to tell me about the experience that you had, as you were doing the process. How many people were willing to go on the process with you? And did you kind of help other people in the process as well that gave up, or people that also got the result that you were actually looking for? So guys, a very good. I had a chat with Tiny some minutes ago, and then she spoke to me about a story that really struck me, when she had to look for a website and then she had to share that same website with someone else. They both did the applications, but Tiny got a rejection, but the friend that she shared the website with was accepted. So, it's really amazing how you're trying to fight for something. You haven't gotten the results yet, but you are in a position of helping others. Tell me about that experience. Yeah.
The experience was actually emotional, because, all of us want this thing,
Yeah.
but some of us don't know where to go. So with me, it was also one of those things. Whenever I would get some information, I would share it with someone that I know who's either close to me or in one of the groups who wants assistance.
Mhm.
So it's not really easy, because now it depends on your spirit as an individual. If you really want to do something, you definitely have to put your whole heart into it. So I did come up with a few people that needed assistance. Some were very relaxed, and some actually wanted to be assisted. They were actually putting more effort. So it's also one of those things that, where we, like you mentioned, we help one another. We are helping one another climb up the ladder. So it's
Okay.
now up to you if you want to climb the
Yeah,
ladder
absolutely.
with me.
So now, can you explain again the story that I just mentioned in terms of in terms of what really transpired when you got the email, you gave it to someone else, and yeah, can you explain that story?
Yes, yes, yes. So I was on YouTube, and I came across a video from a lady who shares some links on her page.
Mhm.
So my friend and I were definitely applying at the same time. We did our volunteering experience together. So what I used to do, I would take the link, I would apply, and then send it to her and send to other people, right? So then as soon as I applied, I got a rejection. So I told her, okay, there's this thing that I saw. Please try it out. Don't give up. She applied, she got the job. I was heartbroken, but I was happy for her at the same
Wow.
time. So
Wow,
it's also
I'm
one
gonna
of
clap
those
hands
things
for you
that
here. I'm gonna clap hands
it's
for you
also
guys. Just say thank you so much, Tiny, in the comment section. You know, you're such an amazing person. I mean, yeah, it's an amazing experience actually. Yeah,
and another thing I want to add to that one is everyone's race is different.
absolutely.
So because one got rejected here or one got accepted here, it doesn't mean that the race is over. You still have to keep going.
Mhm.
That's what I told myself. I always pushed myself and I motivated myself. I would always tell myself, okay, there's dozens of companies there. Maybe it wasn't the company for me, but the company for someone else.
Wow, definitely you. Oh, let me not say much. Now, talking about other social platforms, you spoke to me about the lady named Clara Joseph and other couple of
Yes.
people that actually assisted you. I mean, you went through my videos. I'm not the only one that assisted you on this journey. I don't want to take all the credit. Partly I could, but you know, I know that this journey is an effort. It is a collective effort of other people that have been assisting you. You mentioned the second person again. What's your name again?
Yes, her name is Pauline Popomoyo on
Pauline
YouTube.
Popomoyo. Oh, on YouTube.
Yes,
So tell me about your
yes,
experience on other people's platforms on YouTube as well, and maybe other social groups. I know we do have a Facebook group that has got over 40,000 people at the time that I'm doing this recording. And yeah, so tell me about other social experiences like YouTube, Pauline Popomoyo and Clara Joseph. What was your experience with them?
my experience was they are fantastic, lovely people.
Okay.
They will literally put everything for
Wow.
you. The link, they will show you how to apply so that you don't struggle. And they will even advise you that, okay, with this company, they're looking for people who do one, two, three, four. And they share their links at the bottom in the description box. So with their time that they were posting their videos, I made sure that I would take note
Mhm.
and every detail, every information that they would share, I would apply it when I'm applying or filling in my application forms because their guidance was very helpful. We understand that most people they will apply and then say, no, but I can't fill in this place or I can't fill in that place. Their videos are very helpful. There's many other people on there, but Pauline Popomoyo and Clara Joseph, they are the best so far. And there's
Yeah.
also other social media platforms that actually helped me was TikTok.
Okay.
There's a lady, I'm not sure of her name, but her name is Zua.
Super. Okay.
ZZUWA.
Okay. On TikTok.
Yes, she shares really good information and she also does share links,
Okay.
free sponsorship.
Absolutely.
So we have to make use of social media because it's growing. That's where most of this information we get it from there and we succeed with our applications that thankfully because of these young ladies who are doing this great work.
Absolutely. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So now I want you to take me, sorry if you have bad memories about this. I want you to tell me about just two or three your down moments, your extremely down moments when it felt like, am I going or am I coming back? You know what? I'm gonna tear off this seat. This is not working. I just want you to take me to that experience and what caused that. What were your feelings? Did you cry? Did you shout at the top of your voice? Did you run? Did you clap someone? Just 2 or 3 down moments.
To be honest with you, this journey was not easy at all. Yes, there were times where I would cry and ask God where I went wrong or why am I not getting a job? Why am I not getting this UK thing? And then there were times where I would be so depressed that I don't even want to talk to anyone. Sometimes, when you start with the applications, you have so much energy, but after thousands and thousands of regrets, sometimes you just give up. So sometimes, to be honest with you, I would cry. I actually lost some weight in between. I would have sleepless nights because I would always be thinking about, okay, when am I going to get something? Like even just scoring a first interview, I would be so depressed. I would look at my CV and actually ask myself, but everything is okay. Why am I not getting the job or getting the interview? And I didn't really want to associate with anyone or anything around me. I would actually isolate myself. I would only come out maybe just to eat once a day, but I was very depressed. And I got sick because I was stressed too much. I was overthinking. I would get headaches and just body pains because of the stress. But I managed to motivate myself and tell myself that I cannot give up now. I mean, I have to finish what I started. And yes, there are going to be ups and downs, there are going to be low moments, but you just have to keep pushing. You have to keep going because if you stop, then that just means that you're not ready to grab what's yours.
Okay.
But yeah, I was very depressed. I was sick at some point, sleepless nights, no appetite. I did feel like throwing bricks at the wall, but that doesn't really help because, okay, something else is damaged and then what? But it wasn't easy.
Okay.
But I'm thankful that I pushed myself and now I am here celebrating.
Wow. So what would keep you going? Like, that moment when you have a couple of days, crying in your room. What would revive you? What would spark you to, say, what, let me go on.
Firstly, I would say prayer.
Okay.
Prayer kept me going.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for prayer, I would probably be in the hospital somewhere, diagnosed with what, PTSD or something. But prayer kept me going.
Yeah.
And just also the economy that we're living in now, situations. So I
Situation
would
around you.
always, yes, so I'll just tell myself that I need to do something for myself to better my surrounding. You know how it is in Africa, things are now just going down south. It's not the same as how it was before. But the first thing I'll say is prayer kept me going. My family was there, they were also motivating me and supporting me in everything that I was doing. With all the rejections I was getting, they would always tell me, no, keep going. It's not the end of the road. And I am actually thankful for the support that they gave me because also I wouldn't have done it without them. Without their motivation, I don't know where I was going to be.
Yeah, so there's one of my videos that when people are planning to go to UK, this video is called How to Manage um m- mental state of your state of mind, because as you
Mhm.
do this process you need to be ready mentally, even if you're helping someone or
Yes.
if you're the person who's going to UK. Otherwise, given that things are okay, definitely there's going to be like a strike that, a moment where it happened for me and it happens for almost everyone. So yeah. So now let us talk about, you said you managed to get your job through LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
So
Did.
now, of all the things that you've done and things like that, now I want you to explain um, how LinkedIn played a role in your job application.
LinkedIn played a very, very, very big role in my journey in terms of we all know that LinkedIn is basically about jobs and everything. So LinkedIn helped me in the sense that for me to get this job, I advertised myself. I put my skills, I put open to work. I followed most of the care homes that I had Googled that time when I was searching on random towns and cities. I would follow them on LinkedIn. I would follow them. I would subscribe to their pages, and then basically what I would also do was I would like their posts. I would also comment on their posts so that they see you because you have to engage. It's one of those things. If you just put yourself there and say you're open to work, but you don't engage with them, you won't really get anywhere. So you have to participate. If they put a comment or if they post something, you just have to go and like and leave a really good comment. They actually do reply to you. Some of the other companies I actually did message them on LinkedIn, and then they would give me their email address, and then I would send them my CV and patiently wait for a response. So with LinkedIn, it's one of those you look for the type of jobs in the certain area, advertise yourself, make sure that you also look professional. Because what I noticed is that even your profile picture just has to be decent so that they see the type of person that they'll be potentially hiring in the long run. So it was really helpful, and I would say, yeah, it was very helpful. Everything you need is there. It's there. It's just about how you navigate on LinkedIn. But that's how I managed to get my job. There were different agencies, different companies. I'll send a message and I'll get a response.
Yeah, so what you're saying is really true about LinkedIn. I'll tell you my experience about LinkedIn. So when I got to UK, one of the things that I did
Mm-hmm.
was to attend a couple of business seminars to find out like what the people here in the business world do. And almost everyone that I tried to connect with, I was like, okay, can we exchange contacts? And then the first thing that they will ask is, are you on LinkedIn?
Are you on LinkedIn? Yes.
That's correct. And I'm looking at my LinkedIn profile right now. It really sucks. Okay, my LinkedIn profile is totally dead. But when I was in Africa, my Facebook is really active, and now here is, I one day I went on LinkedIn. I was like looking at my LinkedIn profile. I didn't know what even to post. I mean, this is a true story. So the few people that I connected with, I went on their LinkedIn profiles to check what they're up to, and their their LinkedIn profile properly set, like it says where
Mhm.
they've worked, the kind of experience they have, the job titles, and all these things in place. Now, tell me about your experience in terms of optimizing your LinkedIn profile. What is it that you did? Yes, what is it that you did to like say that when you connect with these people that you want to connect with, then they try to look at your profile. What is it that you set up that, okay, if they look at my profile, they're going to look at this and this and this and this? What did you do?
What I did was firstly I updated all my information where I'm currently working, all my experience and my skills just to make sure that it looks professional. And then what I did, there's an option when you're on LinkedIn, you you switch it on to show that you're open to work, you're looking for employment. So that's what they also look at. And I honestly did not do much, but I would also post pictures of where I was volunteering and at the school that I was teaching, just showing that I was engaging with my clients or my what can I say, the children that I was teaching there. So they want to see activity, they want to see what you're doing. So you have to give them what they're looking for. But to be honest with you, it wasn't much. It just made it look professional, correct skills, correct employment history. Everything has to match with what you're then going to put on your CV when they ask for your CV.
Okay,
That's what I did.
so you'd connect. What kind of connection were you doing with these people? Were you like liking their posts, commenting on their posts, getting into their DM? What were you doing?
I was liking their posts. I was also commenting on their posts. You know, if they post an achievement, I would also just say, congratulations, well done. And
And you
then,
and you wouldn't say, congratulations, I'm looking for a job.
no, I would do that privately
Okay.
in their inbox. But on some big organizations, yes, I would say that I would want to be a part of your amazing company or
I want to be
organization.
part of your amazing. Not I'm looking for a job. I
Yes.
want to be part of your amazing
No, I
company.
want to be part of your amazing.
I
Because you know,
love that.
if you just say I'm looking for a job, they'll just okay, this one's just looking for a job. But you have to put yourself there. I want to be a part of your team to also achieve these great achievements that you and your team are achieving. I also want to be a part of the events that you'll be going to. So you have to market yourself and also
Absolutely.
conversations with them. So they actually do respond. They notice you like that. Because if you say I'm looking for a job, we're all looking for jobs. So you have to do something that makes you stand out from the rest.
Now, tell me about the emails that you are sending and customizing the emails. So I'm sure there's one thing that you spoke about earlier on when I spoke earlier on, it was about you customizing the CV based on the name of the person, yeah? So
Yes.
a very good example. Can you tell us about that method and how it increased your response rate? So I'm not talking about uh, when I'm talking about response rate, I'm talking about, you know, getting their attention to just say, no, we don't have a job, or yes, we don't have a job, can interview you. What was the difference? So, first of all, how many emails did you send in a day on average? Okay, how many emails would you send in a day, or it varied? And how were you
It
customizing the
varied.
emails? Yeah.
It varied because remember there was also a time where I was very down. So on a very low day, I would send maybe one, two, or even five and then just give up. But on other days where I would pick myself up, I'll try to send at least 150 to 100 emails. So the strategy that I used was I would go on the company and then check what they're looking for, and then if there's a name of a person that's there, I would maybe in the email, for example, Gemma at so and so dot co dot za or that company, I would then address my email specifically to them, addressing them with their name. Because if you just say, dear sir, madam, you're not standing out, your email has to stand out. So it will then show them that, oh, you actually took the time to know my name, to study the company, to know what we actually do before you just said that you're looking for a job. So that's the strategy that I used. I made sure that I addressed them by their name if there was a name. If there wasn't a name, I'll just put dear sir slash madam and introduce myself and first ask them if they're hiring overseas. And then if I would get a response, then I'll then send them my cover letter and my CV and any other required documents that they would be asking for. So that's how I customized my emails and the strategy that I used when I was
Okay.
applying via email. Yes.
No emails like DSA, dear ma'am.
Unless okay, basically if there's a name, you address them with their name.
Okay.
If there's no name, you
Yeah.
have to put
So,
dear
so, so
sir, madam,
I'm
because
actually
you
thinking
don't
to
know.
myself, like how you were really committed to making this work. So here's a very good example. Imagine I have managed to get like 50 emails in front of me, and I have to go one by
Hmm.
one to each website looking for who is the right person to address this email to. that's kind of a lot of work, and I'm sure that a lot of people, when they're doing these applications, they just go write the first email, then they do the BBC, I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
bottom carbon copy. It appears for you
yes.
you needed it to be unique, yet to do one-on-one. I mean, the amount of commitment that you put on this is just
Yes, because
amazing.
each and every company is different.
Yeah.
So you have to meet also their needs. You can't address the same email to 50,000 people because you're definitely not going to stand out. So
Wow.
it needs time. You need to put in the time to make sure that everything is going accordingly or is in line with their company. I remember I actually made a mistake and I just CC'd different company names. And then I remember I got one response saying that this person does not work in this company. I think you got the wrong email address. That's when I started individually sending emails because
Wow.
the safety thing, it really messes a lot of your chances to get hired because they see that you're not even putting any effort. They won't even pick you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of people, when they're doing the applications, I feel that, our people really, we love to be spoon-fed. Okay. A
Yes.
very good example that I can give you is that, I've created a lot of videos, that I've gotten feedback from quite a handful of people. Let's say your videos are helpful, not only from their testimonies, but also from the number of views that have been recorded on the video. So sometimes you get someone who comes into your inbox and says, how do I book English test? Then, okay, oh wow, you want to
Hmm.
book English test? And then I go like, okay, I send them a video. This is the video of how you book English test. And then the second message that they send me, they say, I don't have data. Like, okay,
Yes,
I don't have
it
data.
happens.
Can you explain to me here? And I'm like, you see, it shows that the person really, their commitment is minimum. So
Commitment is very important.
yeah,
I mean, if you want something, you have to go the extra mile to get it.
absolutely. So I'm actually, I don't really say this, to people, but at the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, are you gonna go through the application process if you're starting acting like this? Okay, because if I make a recommendation of a video that I've done, which I think is worth it for you to go through, you should go
Hmm.
through it. And another thing is that I remember one person. So, in my audience, the people that follow me, I do have different kinds of people. So there is elderly people, there is the young people, there is the middle-aged people, there is the people that I'm going on my grade 7 and things like that. So
Yes.
when I'm creating content, I'm trying to simplify the process in as much as possible to even someone who doesn't really understand. I want to get in their shoes and explain things in simple terms so that they can relate to what's happening. And there are these kind of people that once, get to the point, everything that you're trying to say does not really matter. So I do get that kind of feedback as well from people. And yeah, so yeah. So now,
Because sometimes it is frustrating that, like you said, you give the person everything and they still want you to do the things for them. So how are you going to work when you get there? Are you still going to be asking, okay, boss, can you now then show me how to do this? But you said you know how to do it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the thing is that that's what we need to learn our people. We need to develop that culture because, there's a statement that goes like, the grass looks greener on the other side, but the right way of saying it is that the grass is greener where you water it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the
Because
thing is
this
that,
is your own race. Yes.
yeah. So the thing is that if you get to UK, you're going to realize that, wow, I'm in UK, but I still need to water my grass. I thought I'm gonna go
Hmm.
to the greener pastures, but when you get there, you're going to realize you still need to water your area so that it becomes
Yes, it
ma- ma-
stays green. Yes.
yeah. So Tiny, you know what? I've asked you quite a lot of questions, um, and I know that I may have missed out something that is really burning inside your heart to say, Kuda, you should have asked me about this. Oh, wow, I was expecting a question like this. What sort of key takeaways can you give based on what we've been talking about?
Ah, that's a difficult question.
So when I'm talking about key takeaways, anything, this is like an open question that I'm not going to ask you a question, but share something.
What I can share about this, like my journey and everything, is if you want something, right, you need to go and get it.
Yeah.
And for you to get it, you need to you need to get up and take those steps. Yes, it's risky. Yes, it's tiring. Yes, it's depressing. But it's one of those, if you want it, you go and grab it with both hands. And it needs you to be patient. Everyone's race is different. You need to pay attention to detail. And, it's also one of those things that if they ask for something, give them that something. If they want a CV that's 2 pages, give them 2 pages. Because at the end of the day, you're pushing yourself to your goals, to something that you really want. And you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out of your comfort zone for you to actually achieve that. I don't have much to say, but yeah, we have to keep going if you really want something, and paying attention to detail as well as motivation, and which I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you've said it all. You've said it all. I must say, you know what? From the bottom of my heart, over my years of so I'm an online entrepreneur, I've met quite a lot of people. I must say, I've conducted a lot of interviews of people that have done so well and produced great results. I mean, you're one of the amazing people that I've just met, and I mean, your story is one story that I'm just gonna, cherish, like remember always to say, okay, wow, it's one thing to have an idea, a belief system. You get what I'm trying to say? To say that, okay, guys, if you need to get this, this is how you need to do it. Okay. And then having someone looking at what you have told them to do, I wanted to think about this. Okay. Think about someone creating videos. I mean, takes time, takes a lot of effort. I mean, think of all the people that have migrated to United Kingdom and they have not created resources, or let alone they can give you very good answers over the phone. So it takes a lot of time creating videos. It takes a lot of time managing. We have got like a Facebook group with 40,000 people, and all these people, they're asking questions. And the videos that I'm talking about, they are free. You get what I'm trying to say? I wish I could put
Yes,
a price on them. I wish I could put a price on them because, if they're getting other people these kind of results, then they are somehow worth it. But looking at our people, we are on a tight budget and saying, you know what, I'm just going to give this information for free. And
yes,
when someone comes back with feedback to say, wow, the time that you have spent Kuda creating those videos, it didn't do that in vain.
it paid off.
I mean,
It
that's
definitely paid off.
yeah, it's actually an amazing feeling, and I'm so sure that I want to thank you again for agreeing to be part of this interview. A lot of people are going to benefit from this. A lot of people are going to benefit from this. I'll come back with feedback of what they say. So, yeah, I want to thank you one last time, okay?
I should be thanking you for all the free information. It has
Absolutely.
helped me.
Yeah. So, to the people that are watching this video, like I said, this video is going to go on my website. And if you look at my website here, you're going to see that you get, you're going to see that you get sponsors and employers. So there's an introduction, and there is strategy Kadisha, strategy Princess, strategy KO, strategy Anashi. These are all some of the people that have managed to get free COSs just by applying, and they use different strategies. And then here, this is a document that has got different links to different websites that some of the people are actually using. And then here is like if people want to share with others what worked for them, there's a chance to do that. And how to get access to these videos, I want you to go to my website, Code Kuda Online. When you get to my website, code kudaonline.com, I want you to find a place that says courses. Okay, that says courses. When you go to courses, you then find a course that is called sponsors and employers. This is where the information is, including this very video. We're going to edit this. So this instruction is that go to my website, kudaonline.com, and go to this place that is called, find where it says courses, and then find a course that says employers and sponsors. So, and if you have any questions for me, please send me an email. My email is kuda@kudaonline.com. So we've come to the end of our interview, Tiny. And once again, thank you so much. Any closing words?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the free information that you've given to me. It will definitely help someone else.
Absolutely.
And I
So
wish everyone the best with this journey. It's not easy, but you have to keep pushing.
yeah, of course. So guys, if you have any words for Tiny, please do leave a comment below this video. I'm going to make sure that she sees your positive feedback of some of the things that you have learned. With that said, I'm signing out, and bye, Tiny.
Bye. Thank you.